book called Out at Home. It is very funny, and I have a whole lot of book, and I'm going to retell these books on the next video. So it says I can read. I don't know what this means. Let's see what does this mean. It means high interest stories for developing readers. I think it means like these books are for kids that are needed for help, and these parents also need to help them, but I don't need any help because these are too easy. So let's go inside, and I'm going to show you the content. The content is the guest and the strange bumps, also Tealwater tea, and upstairs and downstairs, and owl, and the moon. The pictures are like all black and gray and brown, things like that, but I like these pictures because I have lots of connections to these pictures. For example, the last picture, which is on the end, makes me connect when I really want my friends to come to my house, but after reading this book, it's like my friends are already outside waiting for me. Well, Okay, I'm going to tell you the main ideas. So the main idea is like this first page. The first page is that this owl is eating supper on a very comfortable couch. And he was eating buttered toast and hot pea soup. I really think this is going to taste good because I always wanted to try pea soup. And on the time he was sitting on the couch, he heard a bang on the door, and then he went to open it, but there was nobody. And then he was silly, right? I think it was the winter coldness, and he peeked open a teensy bit and poked out an eye to see what was it? Nobody. Okay. He went back to his couch and was eating supper again. But there was another bang on the door, and then he opened it again. And then all there was snow and ice. And he said, "Oh, poor Winter. I will let you come inside my warm house. I think you really want to come in and warm yourself." So he opened the door wider. Guys, do you think it's funny? Yeah, I think it's very funny. Actually, if they let Winter go in, the whole house is going to turn into an ice cube. Well, he didn't know because he was a silly owl. So he opened the door wide. Then the Winter came inside rushing. He said, and the owl was pushed over the door. And then he said, "Oh, no, you are my guest. You should behave." And he was kind of angry. I want to show you. He was angry here. And do you guys know what? His pea soup turned into an green eyes. It's super duper funny, guys. And then he shouted, "Go away and never come back." And then the Winter go outside, and then the door slammed by itself. And he said, "I'll make a fire again. These annoying Winter is not coming back soon, even if it knocks on the door." And then he made the pea soup turned back to regular pea soup, and the snow all melted away because of the fire, and he finished his supper. Number 2. So the number 2 one is about strange bombs. Oh, I forgot something. I want to tell you my favorite page in here. So my favorite page was this one, because he was being silly. Why did he open the door so wide to let winter inside? He should know that if they let winter inside, the whole house would turn into an ice block. Well, the next one is called the bumps. Yep, the bumps. Let's turn to that page. It's called Strange Bumps, actually. So he was sleeping, and then he saw 2 bumps. He was very tired, but he was scared of the bumps. This older owl shouldn't be scared. Even I wouldn't be scared, because we have to think. Actually, these bumps it's our feet, guys, right? He was so silly. He looked up over the blanket he had, and then all he saw was darkness. He's so silly. And then he didn't sleep because he thought, what if the bump growed bigger? Silly. And then Al moved his right foot up and down, and then the right foot went up and down too, and then he moved his left foot up and down, and then the left bump moved up and down. He screamed, "Ah, the bumps are moving!" Silly, that's all of his feet. Never mind. Then he pulled out the covers, and the bumps vanished. Then he put the blanket back because he was so cold. And then the bumps came back. And then he said, "What? It's back again." And then he jumped on the bed. And the bed crashed and broke. So he went downstairs to sleep in his cozy couch. And he even said, "Let them grow as big as they wish. I sleep right here where I am safe." And that's what he did. Next chapter, Teal Water Tea. My favorite part that I haven't told you yet, but I want to tell you my favorite part in this one was this part, because actually I think it's also very, very sad, because nobody waked up when the sun rised. So that was pretty sad. Let's do the main idea now. So the main idea was that this little owl, which was the owl I already told you 10 times, he was about to make a tear water tea, which is a tea that was made out of your tears. So what he did was first to think of sad things. For example, chairs were broken, spoons were over dishes and couldn't be found again. Or like books are ripped and people can't read them anymore. And he's even cried. And then on the next page, all of his sobbing made the whole pot full. And then he said, "That's enough." And then he stopped crying right away. And then put the pot inside something. I don't know what is it. Do you know? If you do, tell me what is this. And he said, "There, that does it." And then he put it inside here. Afterwards, when it was done, he said, "It tastes a bit salty, but teal water tea is always great." Next chapter, upstairs and downstairs. This is my favorite chapter because this is kind of funny. Guys, do you think you can be upstairs and downstairs at the same time? Definitely not. Isn't that funny, right? So I'm going to tell you these parts. So he was at home and he was downstairs in his own library. Look at how much books he have. And then he said, I wonder what how upstairs is doing. So he went upstairs and then he thought, what is downstairs doing? And he went downstairs and he said, I want to be this upstairs and downstairs at the same time. That's definitely not going to happen, right? And then he said, there must be a way to be upstairs and downstairs at the same time. How funny. So he ran upstairs and downstairs. And then there was a voice saying, Al, are you downstairs? There was no answer. No, said Al, I am upstairs. And then he said, it might be because I'm not running fast enough. So he ran faster and faster and faster. Silly. And then he said, there was another one saying, are you upstairs? And then he said, no, I'm downstairs. And then he thought again, it might be because I'm not running fast again. Silly. Well, he said, faster, 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 cried Owl. This owl said this. And then he run and run. His feathers, look, his slipper's already down. And there was 3 feathers. But he still could not be at both places at the same time. He was so sad, but he also set it in the middle. Actually, if you are in the middle, you might see the upstairs and downstairs at the same time. Maybe, but not really. Only we can see if it's like a teeny on the upstairs and a bit bigger. Well, and then he said, when I am up, I am not down. And when I am down, I'm not up. And he was very, very sad. Next chapter, Owl and the Moon. One night, this owl was sitting on a high rock looking at the sunrise. The sunrise was red and orange. It was very pretty. And before the sun came up, the moon came up, it was very dark. Then the round moon came up. And then he said, looking up for a while and said, Moon, if I'm looking up at you, this must mean you're looking down at me. We must be good friends. And then he said, sorry, Moon, but I have to go back home because it's very late. So he went home. But when he looked back, the moon was following him. He is being slowly again. Moon never follows people, as actually the earth is turning around just like the moon is following. And then he said, no, Moon, you can't follow me back home. I don't have anything for you to eat, and my house is too small for you to fit. Then he said, oh, Moon, I think that Moon couldn't hear me. Then he stepped on a huge hill and shouted, Moon, leave! I don't have enough space for you to live and things to eat. He felt sad because the moon left. It was under the clouds. And then he was still very sad, even though he was very tired. And when he looked out of the window, Moon was following him, and he said, "What a good round friend you are." And then Owl went to sleep and put his head on the pillow. Bye, guys. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Bye.